Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to episode number 97 Hollywood After Dark. Tonight, The Rock, the man, the myth, the legend, breaks down his fight with Vin Diesel on the set of The Fast and the Furious. Of course, we had the new Scream 5 trailer that I haven't seen yet. I'm going to react to it live. And the new goddamn Home Alone movie. What in the ever-loving shit is that? All that and more here tonight. Hollywood After Dark, let's go. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. It's been another grand and interesting day here in the Northwest, at least. It was pouring down rain while my car decided that the battery wanted to absolutely take a shit. So I mentioned this yesterday that my car is down. My car is now in the shop. I just think it's funny that I had to jump start the damn thing a couple times, once while actually in a freeway intersection in order to be able to get it to the shop in time. So that should be a couple days on that one. So its streams will be around this time for the next couple days because I'm not going to be able to go out and work. So there is that. But anyway, I just want to say welcome to the show tonight. I do want to start off by giving a huge thank you to my channel members. We got the IMAX crew here. Fantasy Fan, HWAD, Real Omo Cinema, Luther Heggs, Moisture Command Unit, Resident Justice. You guys are goats. We got the Prime Team. Lovely day today. Power Bunny, Otis Famunda, McLeod, AG, Shiny, Obi-Wan, and Austin Lean. And of course, the Matinee members. You guys are the backbone of the channel. Look how many of you are. It's amazing. I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. And this month, we are going to be giving away The Thing 4K. You want to get in on this? You want to win it? You want to see the scariest movie of 1982 in 4K to terrify you till the end of time? Become a channel member. Best way to do it. All right, there's my shilling for the evening. Let me give a quick shout out to the chat that is here. We got Geek Studios. What up? Shrek is daddy. How's it going? Anastasia Roebuck, who is coming over from Annie's Underhaven chat. Thank you for being here, Anastasia. Yanis, what's going on? We got Real H Barts here. Says Real Defoe here. Whatever, dude. Your H Barts, you always will be. And then, of course, we've got Rational Skeptic here. What's going on, guys? So tonight there was a horror that happened. Tonight there was something terrible and tragic that happened, by the way. And I just want to pour one out. I don't know if you have a 40. If you have a 40, you should absolutely pour it out. But what we found out today is that the party is over. Smashmouth singer Steve Harwell retires after disoriented New York concert. That's right. Somebody once told me you could wait, I'm trying to remember. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me, right? Anyway, I have been watching Shrek quite a bit recently, so Smash Mouth popping up, and that is something that has been kind of like on, it's never went away in my mind. And it's really sad, actually, that they're breaking up. The reason why they're breaking up has a lot to do with the fact that the lead singer has had health issues for the last number of years. And he has tried getting things, set again. He has tried to very much make his life, he's tried to make things better, but unfortunately it just didn't happen the way that he wanted to. And he had a concert the other night where he was things were erratic. He was a bit disoriented, and he, instead of just saying he's going to take a break, he decided to outright retire. So that actually sucks. That actually is really tragic. And I definitely feel really bad for him, because look, the thing is, man, is, Smash Mouth always gets a lot of shit, but I've always enjoyed their music. I've always enjoyed Smash Mouth. At least it was always fun music. It came out when I was a teenager. It came out right, the time as I was leaving adolescence and entering into adulthood. And I know that has no meaning or value whatsoever, but it just kind of, to me, comes from a time where, Chumbawamba was a thing, tub thumping, like that kind of music. And then here it is 20 plus years later, and you don't think much about Smash Mouth anymore. You know, you think about it maybe in regards to like the couple hits that they had, the big ones, and maybe Shrek, but it still isn't the end of an era. It still is absolutely the end of an era, and that, of course, is something that is tragic. And so I wish him nothing but the best. I hope that he does well and gets the help that he needs, and maybe one day down the road we will in fact get a reunion of Smashmouth. For those of us out there who want to see another Smashmouth. All right. We have got ourselves a couple quick super chats here. H-Bart's here for $2 kicking off tonight. It says, nah, Matt, I'm Defoe. Who you da-foolin', H-Barts? I know it's you. I've seen into your soul, buddy. Thank you. Simon here. $5, buddy. Thank you. Says, thoughts on Adam Warlock casting? Faith in actor after Endgame. Don't know what they're going to do with the character. Yeah, that was something that a lot of people were really talking about yesterday. I actually just closed out that tab. I had that tab open to see if I still have it. I don't. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay. Will Poulter, Adam Warlock. All right. So what we know is that he's going to play the character. And look, this has got a lot of people are kind of ticked off at this, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people are like really upset because the way they view Adam Warlock apparently is that he is like some perfect being, right? Like that's what he is. He's some perfect being that he's supposed to be out there and I don't know. All we know is that he will play the character. And look, James Gunn is going to cast him. He cast him. So the guy who gave us a franchise like Guardians of the Galaxy, which many people out there thought wasn't going to be good, that it was a gamble over 7 years ago when the first one came out, is going to give us this as Adam Warlock. And it's like, hey, the dude obviously nailed it. All right. The guy obviously nailed it. And so that, of course, is the thing. I'm looking forward to see what happens, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I always find casting in this particular regard, I don't get angry at the casting. Not until I see it in action, right? Because I remember when Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Tony Stark, that was actually met with a lot of praise because people were like, oh, they can see the similarities. They can see the similarities between the two. They can see exactly, why he would have been cast in that role. That wasn't controversial. But then that same year, The Dark Knight came out. And when they said that Heath Ledger was going to be playing Joker, a lot of people out there were like, whoa, man, what the hell is going on? Why are you going to have the Joker? What the hell? Heath Ledger isn't the Joker. That's the kid from fucking 10 Things I Hate About You. And there's a lot of people out there that really hated it until they saw it. And then when they saw it, it was totally different. I remember I Am Legend, IMAX, had the opening 5 minutes of The Dark Knight. Thanksgiving weekend, 2007. I went to go see it. And seeing Heath Ledger in the IMAX screen, this was before his death, by the way, was amazing. Was absolutely amazing. And I was like, I cannot wait to see this. So there's that. Right. And so that's one of the things when you think about the casting of Will Poulter in this role, we don't know how his audition was. I think he's a fine actor. I want to see what they're going to do with this. And you know what? You have to give faith to the director. That's, of course, everything that they are attempting to do is that they're the ones in charge. So freaking out just right now doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, Moisture here says, so what you're saying is Chris Pratt as Mario will be amazing. I'm not saying Chris Pratt as Mario will be amazing. I'm saying Chris Pratt as Mario could be amazing. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm going to hold off until I see it. Mo here saying Matt Jarbo was cast as middle-aged Kevin Smith in his biopic. I could be cast as pre-cardiac arrest Kevin Smith. Pre-heart attack, pre-Widowmaker Kevin Smith. That's what I could be cast as, Mo. There we go on that. But I want to see I just want to see Guardians 3. And I hope they don't kill off Rocket. Apparently one main character is going to die. Who knows who it's going to be? I don't quite know. We'll have to wait and see. Something, though, I do want to address real quick here because I see it in the chat. Anthony, you are no longer welcome here. Okay? I made this abundantly clear to you yesterday. You were bad-mouthing me on your Facebook and on your Twitter, which was sent to me by somebody else who hates you. This is after you blocked me on everything, which is fine. You freaking out over me having to take my daughter to school, and then going as far as to look into whether or not the school was open on Columbo Day, as you put it, is not cool. And I don't want you here as a result of that. Because I don't feel like you take privacy or you take boundaries very well at all. I don't dislike you. I don't wish you any ill will. I don't want you here. And every account you use that is coming in, I'm going to block it. If you come on, if you follow a link, I'm not going to let you on. I will remove you. I don't appreciate that. And I'm enforcing my boundary on you because that was too far. So thank you, but goodbye. So, all right, on that one, let's get over. Here's the other thing I wanted to touch on today because this is a god awful thing too. I thought we could check this out. It's pretty bad. There was another trailer. I'm waiting for people to show up. I sent the link out. I know Annie's coming on in, and I wanted to wait. But on this one, I thought we could do right off the bat here, because look, there are some horrible things out in the world, and Disney, by all means, at this point, I think is kind of in some ways becoming one of them. This is the trailer for the new Home Alone. I mean, what's it called? Home Alone something or another. If you guys haven't seen this, oof, let's take a look.
'Twas the night before Christmas vacation. And the fun was in full swing.
You have split our family onto 2 separate flights.
Mom!
Max, please!
The family left for their big vacation.
Is that everyone? The cars are leaving now!
But forgot one little thing.
Mom? Dad? Uncle Blake?
Wow, just looks
don't
just
even
like
know
the
I'm
1990
here.
movie.
They don't even know I'm here. My mom and dad have gone to Tokyo. I'm totally on my own.
You do realise that my 10-year-old son is at home by himself. You just assumed Max was on the other flight.
We didn't take a census.
We got reports of suspicious people around
Buzz!
36 Lincoln Ave.
I can't go to jail, honey. I wouldn't last 30 seconds in Gen Pop. It's where fresh fish get got.
Nobody here is getting got.
And we're criminals.
I don't think so. This is my house. I have to defend it. Orange stripe, center pocket. Ooh. That did not sound right.
I am trying to get home to my son, who is alone. I'm scared. And he needs his mother.
This is not going well.
Home sweet home alone.
Oh no, a ladder.
You think I'm that stupid?
Yes, I do.
Only on Disney Plus.
Okay. Nope, not better the second time I've seen it. Oh, dear God. Holy shit. So, of all things out there that could probably be argued as massively creatively bankrupt, it is what appears to be a very, very close remake or reboot of the original Chris Columbus, Macaulay Culkin movie. That was a very huge staple of my childhood, including its sequel a year later. Will I watch this movie? Yeah, I have kids. I will end up watching this movie. Will I review this movie? Yeah, I will. If I have to suffer, I think all of you will probably have to suffer as well. I'm a little bit concerned because they're trying to make us sympathize with the criminals. Part of the reason why Home Alone and Home Alone 2 worked so well was how despicable Joe Pesci was. Daniel Stern was like despicable, but he wasn't as despicable. You know, like what was it? Harry? That was him. Oh no, Harry was I think Joe Pesci. But Harry and Marv. You know, and Marv was more of like the gentler one for the most part, but they were thieves. They were thieves. These people are apparently stealing in order to avoid going to jail, which I could only assume is probably due to not paying a fine, which is probably something, let's say, tax or IRS related or whatever. And so they have to steal in order to then get the money to order to not go to jail, to get got in Gen Pop, which makes no fucking sense. Never mind Ellie Kemper's role. And look, I loved Aaron on The Office. I loved the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I like Ellie Kemper. My problem with Ellie Kemper is that she's been playing the same role her entire career, and she is so typecast at this point that it becomes just fundamentally, you know, like I just don't care anymore. You know, don't keep playing the same role. Mix it up a little bit. And Rob Delaney as the husband in that duo, kind of dumb. Also taking look, I know we're all gonna laugh at like the bricks from Home Alone 2 or how violent it got. It's not going to get that violent in this movie. You know, it's not going to get that violent. Not going to brand anybody. They're not going to shoot anybody with pellet guns. They're going to use like Nerf guns. You know, like the kid is going to, him using a t-shirt gun to shoot pool balls at the head. I mean, like that's pretty violent. And that would actually cause a concussion, if not kill the guy right away, depending on where it hit him. But it's a kid's movie. Let's see. Mladen here says the criminals look far worse in this new Home Alone than the ones in Home Alone 4. Yeah, I don't think I saw Home Alone 4, but I did see Home Alone 3. And I thought Home Alone 3 was okay. Jarbo was offended about the poor Hammer people. Shut the fuck up, dude. Lord Slugger says, will Trump cameo again? Probably not. Mitch here says it's all about money. Disney is all about the sweet mouse dollar. I mean, look, man, this movie it's kind of like when they launched Disney Plus 2 years ago. They put Lady and the Tramp on there. Their live action remake was a day one release. I think it was the movie called Noelle, which was about Santa Claus's daughter, played by Anna Kendrick. And it wasn't a terrible movie. I watched it. They put a lot of those movies on there because like that it's the same concept as straight to DVD. Or back when I was a kid, it would be like, ABC Sundays when they did a made for TV movie on ABC Sundays. And that was the big Disney event. So there's a lot of that would go on in that thing. There's a lot of that kind of stuff that would happen. In the meantime, this is, everything with it's not Kevin McAllister, it's Max, but it's the exact same beat for beat. The two cars leave. The parents fly to Japan. They're not going to Paris. The mom looks a bit like Catherine O'Hara, but she's British, and she says almost the exact same things as Catherine O'Hara. So who's going to be the wisecracking, guy getting her home? Who's going to be the polka master? John Candy's been dead since 93. So what are we going to get in this? I don't know. Simon here says, I'd rather watch Rambo Last Blood again. That is a better movie. Yeah, that is definitely a better movie on this one. I'm just saying. Jess, you're asking why so British? Yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of weird on that one. I will say that the fact that they got the actor who played Buzz and he is back as McAllister, that was a nice little touch. It's good to kind of see him pop back up. Is any of the other McAllister siblings going to pop back up? Is Hillary Wolf going to pop up? John Hurt has been dead since 2017, so obviously the dad, Mr. McAllister's not going to show up. Are they going to get Catherine O'Hara to come on in? She's done a lot of work for Disney. I don't know. Is Catherine O'Hara going to take on the John Candy role? Part of me kind of hopes not. But it absolutely feels like they're just trying to remake the original. And that's like, Moisture here with $5, man. Thank you. Says, it's like Bob Chapek said, if any studio owned the IP they do the same thing. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And Bob Chapek did say that. And he was mostly referring to other IPs, but when they, this is one of the first ones that they did following the purchase of the 20th Century Fox IP. So, I mean, taking a beloved brand like Home Alone and turning it into some cheap streaming cash grab shit is a bit of a problem. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'll watch it. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I know Catherine O'Hara is as funny as candy. I'm not saying she isn't. I love Catherine O'Hara. Schitt's Creek was hysterical. Moira was great. But we don't know exactly what's going to happen with this one. And then Mitch, you're asking, is this like the 5th Home Alone? It is. This is like the reboot, though. But is it just me, or like, is it the kid that they got for this coming across like the 3rd Ace Ventura movie, where it's like the kid was like a shorter, fatter version of Ace Ventura, and this is like, I know this is like the Porky kid from Jojo Rabbit, which I heard has got a lot of people pretty happy about that. I don't quite know. Do I sound exhausted? Maybe. Anyway, when is that Buck movie Ice Age spinoff going to be on Disney Plus? I don't know, man. I mean, they need to do a lot with that IP, but obviously with taking out Blue Sky, it's pretty bad. All right. Oh, sorry. Mladen here says this is the 6th Home Alone movie. Well, there you go. The 6th movie. It is absolutely, guys. I love movies, man, but they're getting harder and harder and harder and harder and harder in some of these cases to talk about. Moisture for $5, buddy. Thank you. Says there was a Home Alone 5 on ABC Family in 2012. This is the 6th Home Alone. Oh my God. What the hell was Home Alone 5 about? Let me look this up here. What? I don't even know. Home Alone 5. What did that one do? Oh, Home Alone 5. It's the holiday. What do they call this one? Home Alone 5. The holiday heist. This is, look, when we talk about, these companies attempting to destroy childhoods, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. And maybe that's, maybe that's me being a bit on the hyperbolic side. Sure, fine, whatever, But yeah, there we go. Home Alone, the holiday heist. This just screams like, no, thank you. James here saying, I don't remember Home Alone 5. Again, here it is. We're looking at it. Maybe this is some kind of Mandela effect situation. I don't know. Let's see. Mitch, you're saying, it's always fun with you, Charbo. Thanks for your insight and candor. Yeah, thank you. RJ is going to get royalties. Oh, really? What do you do? Let's see. Dragon Man 585 here says, when Disney gets desperate, we're going to get Home Alone Kevin versus the Grinch. You know what? Do it. That's what I would say. I would say do it. That would be great. That would be absolutely great to give us Home Alone Kevin versus the Grinch. Why not? Bring back Macaulay Culkin. Bring back everybody. And then just let Jim Carrey suit up and go full hog wild on this shit. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that. That'd be great. That would be awesome. And I think that would be very cool to do. So why don't we talk about one of the subjects I had on the thumbnail and in the title, and maybe one of the reasons why you guys are actually here. And that is to talk about this whole thing with The Rock and what's his name? Vin Diesel. That's a big one right there. Right? So The Rock and Vin Diesel, they had a very public fight a number of years ago. It was, I think Tyrese got involved a little bit. A lot of other people got involved, and and at the end of the day, and they said that they've squashed their beef, but who knows at this point? Who knows if that's the case? So this is what's coming in from Cinema Blend, saying here, Dwayne Johnson reflects on feud with Vin Diesel and what Fast and Furious crew thought. And I've always been kind of curious about the inside track. Now, granted, The Rock is never going to put himself in a position that is going to make him look bad. He's always going to do it in a way that's going to make him come out on top. And I know a lot of people out there are very big fans of The Rock. I know because I argue with them over the validity of his celebrity status all the time. But I think in this case, this should be something pretty good. All right. Okay, so to provide some context, Johnson made his first... Oh, at this segment, this whole fight there here. Okay. But the trouble didn't end there. When The Fate of the Furious is wrapping production in 2016, Johnson put up an Instagram post, which he soon deleted, where he complimented his female co-stars, but referred to some of his male co-stars as candy asses. I remember that, right? That was a big one. It quickly became apparent that that Dwayne Johnson was referring to Vin Diesel. And in an interview with Vanity Fair, the Hollywood star said that because he'd shared that sentiment publicly, it ended up not being his best day. As for whether he regretted the post, this is what he had to say. It caused a firestorm. Yet interestingly enough, it was as every single crew member found their way to me and either quietly thanked me or sent me a note. But yeah, it wasn't my best day sharing that. I shouldn't have shared that because at the end of the day, it goes against my DNA. I don't share things like that, and I take care of that kind of bullshit away from the public. They don't need to know that. That's why I say it wasn't my best day. Now, hey, if other cast members want to come on out and defend this and back this up, I would love to hear it. I would absolutely love to hear it. But, when The Rock was going off to go do Hobbs and Shaw, and there was that public conversation about that, and Tyrese came out and had a bit of a feud with The Rock because what they felt they were family, and they weren't going to do anything that wasn't together as family. And The Rock was like, well, fuck that shit. I'm going to do what I want because I'm The Rock. And that's his attitude. That's his brand. Rational here says, Matt is right. The Rock is an entertainer / businessman first and movie star second. Look at what happened when G.I. Joe 2 flopped. The Rock bailed on that franchise. He only goes to franchises that make him money. And that's very true. That's very true. So I'm not saying, look, and I see this here. Has anyone watched the Tyrese Django audition? It's hella cringe. I'm not saying Tyrese is like the best actor, but I like him in that dynamic. I like him as a Roman in the Fast and Furious movies. What I'm talking about here, though, is that there's been public pushback from the cast about Vin Diesel. About The Rock and about that fight, because they wanted, because Tyrese had said that him and Ludacris had actually turned down millions and millions of dollars to do their own spin-off of the main franchise because they weren't doing it as a family and they didn't feel right doing it alone. And of course, that's kind of the whole point. They're trying to put up or shut up here. That we joke about like it's all about family, but it is. And The Rock, he's not about that. And again, I'm not like saying he's a bad guy. At no point do I think that, but he is very much all about being a business star first. Simon here asking, have you all seen The Rock's new rap video? Yeah, we watched it the other night. And yeah, it was kind of cringe. It was definitely kind of cringe. But let's go on here. Dwayne Johnson soon clarified that while he wouldn't take what he said in the Instagram post, he realized it was, or I think maybe he wouldn't, while he wouldn't take what he said in the Instagram post, he realized it was a mistake to share those feelings publicly. He says, no, I meant what I said for sure. I mean what I say when I say it, but to express it publicly was not the right thing to do. And that is right. Shifty is here saying, if it wasn't for The Rock, Fast and Furious wouldn't have rebounded like it did. Completely disagree. Completely disagree. I mean, The Rock was only in two parts of Fast and Furious 7, and it grossed $1 billion. Now, a lot of that had to do probably with Paul Walker's death, but at the same time, no, man, no. It did well with him, don't get me wrong, but they could have brought in anyone else that was a wrestler. They could have brought in John Cena a lot earlier. They could have brought in Dave Bautista. They were banking off of the name recognition. In 2011, The Rock wasn't as big as he is now. If anything, his franchise hopping has allowed him to grow in that popularity. But no, you are absolutely wrong. Fast and Furious would have, it would have done well. So, now, but yeah, and Fast 5 is where it did take off like gangbusters. That is true. I love Fast 5. Fast 5 is the shit. And I like him in the movies. I'm not saying he's bad, but it's like to sit there and say that it's all on him is what I see a lot from people that don't like to argue, don't like to debate over the merit of his involvement into his franchise. Let's see here. Because he says, okay, well, there was a meeting. He's talking about the encounter between him and Vin Diesel. He says, I wouldn't call it a peaceful meeting. I would call it a meeting of clarity. He and I had a good chat in my trailer, and it was out of that chat that it really became just crystal clear that we are two separate ends of the spectrum, and agreed to leave it there. And that's fine, and that's good. That's definitely good. So, there's that. Now, Vin had provided his own perspective to the feud back in June, saying how he'd give Dwayne Johnson a lot of tough love to ensure his performance was the best it could be. Whoever you align with in this particular conflict, one thing is certain, the fate of the Furious likely marks the last time we'll see Diesel's Dominic Toretto and Johnson's Luke Hobbs together. After sitting out F9, Johnson said in July that he would not return for the final two entries in the main Fast and Furious franchise, but he says that he isn't done with the franchise as a whole and that he's still attached to do Hobbs and Shaw 2 with Jason Statham. See, here's the thing with that. I don't think Hobbs and Shaw 2 are going to happen. I think the only way that Hobbs and Shaw 2 would happen would be if Black Adam fails. I really do. I really do. Because he's got Red Notice, which is dropping on November 12th. That's just like a month. Oh my God. Red Notice and Disney Plus Day are on the same days. Holy shit. It's going to be a hell of a day. It's going to be a hell of a fucking day. The Rock has got other things he can do. But again, this just goes to show you that he's not willing to put it behind him to finish out the franchise, and he's not willing to stay with it, but he wants to do his own side project, which didn't do as much as the other films that he was in, the part of the ensemble. That's what I'm talking about, right? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Some here says 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 are the only relevant ones, IMO. Yeah, dude, you're missing out on 4, man. 4 is pretty relevant. The Rock makes hits. Does he, though? Does he, Shifty? I mean, outside of, again, this is my whole argument. Outside of an ensemble cast, does The Rock make hits? They're moderate successes. A lot of the time, go and look at the actual, like, worldwide box office. They're moderate successes. When he joins into another franchise, that franchise will do better as a result of him joining in, sure. But that doesn't mean, I think Hobbs and Shaw is one of his single highest grossing films that starred him predominantly. But then again, Jason Statham has his own draw, and a lot of the core Fast and Furious fan base went to go see Hobbs and Shaw. Like, I've honestly not seen Hobbs and Shaw, not because of any particular reason. I just never got around to it. So I know it's on HBO Max. I need to watch it, but I'm just saying it's like a lot of the core base went over to that, but not all of the core base went over to that. If Fast and Furious 7 and 8 made $1 billion, Hobbs and Shaw should have also made $1 billion. But because Hobbs and Shaw was still missing that core element of family, that core element that fans turn up for, it did not hit $1 billion. And the movie didn't do poorly, but it didn't do as good as it could. And again, if anyone brings up Jumanji as a nearly $1 billion movie, it was, but that also was Kevin Hart, big fan base, Jack Black, huge fan base, The Rock. It was an ensemble. The people who love to defend The Rock literally love to do it while ignoring everyone else who was a part of that fucking movie. I'm not, and I think that's just because, like, a lot of these guys, they just love wrestling way too fucking much. The Tooth Fairy in the game plan did not do very well. And I'm telling you, they should have done the Rundown 2, and that would have done well to solidify him as the next Schwarzenegger, I think. Or the Scorpion King 2. No, Fourth Theory, that's not true. They show up not just for cars, they show up for family. Fast 9 still did pretty well in the pandemic. So as a result of all that. I forgot Karen Gillian. Did I? I don't know. Now Mitch here says, I love Hobbs and Shaw. It's just pure dumb fun, and Black Superman is awesome. You know, I need to watch it. The Rock's Disney films were huge. Okay, hold on. Let me look this up here. Okay, what was the Rock's Disney films outside of what Moana? Moana did pretty well. Moana brought in $645 million worldwide. Okay, that's about average for him. That's kind of low, don't you think, for a Disney animated movie here? What's another one that he did? Gridiron Gang box office was $41 million. Was that? Okay. What did let's go with here. San Andreas box office. Let's take a look here. I want to see that one. Okay. Andreas box office here. Worldwide San Andreas, $474 million. Okay. Rampage box office. What did Rampage pull in? Rampage, $428 million. All right. He also was in Walking Tall box office. 57.2 million. All right. Okay. That was from 2004. All right. Let's see. The Rundown box office. 80.9 million worldwide total for the Rundown. That was in 2003. Okay. The Tooth Fairy box office. Let's see what that did. Tooth Fairy box office pulled in. Worldwide box office for the Tooth Fairy, $112 million. All right. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, man, like you can look at the numbers. You can look at the numbers and you can see that like he's got fans, but they're not like they're talking about, you know, I'm looking up the fucking wrong movies. I'm looking up his movies, dude. I'm looking up recent movies of The Rock too. Movies where it's not an ensemble piece. Not an ensemble piece. Fast and Furious is him joining a franchise. Jumanji is him rebooting a franchise with an ensemble piece. San Andreas was one that did well enough to where they said, let's do a sequel. They never solidified a sequel. Rampage was meant to kick off a franchise that never kicked off a franchise. Oh, right. Thank you. Skyscraper. That's another one. Yeah. Skyscraper. All right. Skyscraper box office. All right. Skyscraper box office was a total of, hold on, let me bring this up here. It's from 2018. Skyscraper had a worldwide total of $304 million. You know, what other one? Give me another one here. Have I seen Southland Tales? I did. I didn't care for it. We're talking between his debut and before Fast. It does. No. We're talking about cumulative. And a lot of movies I'm bringing up were after. His debut in Fast and Furious was after 2011. All right. So what you're saying here, what you're effectively trying to argue, Shifty, is that Fast and Furious launched his career, not the other way around. All right. Central Intelligence. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Central Intelligence. All right. Central Intelligence. That was a bad movie. God, I hated that movie. That did $216 million worldwide. Okay. That's right, guys. We're talking massive celebrity status here, right? Race to Witch Mountain. That was before, though, right? That was before Aladdin. Race to Witch Mountain was absolutely before. Jungle Cruise is a recent one. And also, don't forget, like, you know, that one came out, you know, that one did pretty well. I think that one did for the pandemic. That one did pretty well. It's not a bad movie. It's good. That one's done $212 million worldwide. That one, I think, would have probably, due to the Disney marketing machine, would have definitely brought in more. And so that he made that Fast and Furious. No, he didn't, dude. He added to it, but no, come the fuck on. This is what I'm talking about, Shifty. That's the whole argument there. He made Fast and Furious. That was their fifth fucking movie. They'd already rejuvenated the franchise with Fast and Furious that came out in 2009. This was the next chapter in it that was already pretty hyped up due to the success of Fast and Furious. The Rock added to it? Yes, absolutely. But was he the main reason? No. Even in Fast and Furious 6, he was still part of the ensemble, but he didn't really have a lot of like memorable shit in that fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, I'm just saying, it's like your arguments are more about you're defending the character of him. Or that. What did Hercules 2014? Yeah. What did Hercules box office? There we go. Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Hercules 2014 box office. Oh, that's one right there. Let's see here. Worldwide, $244.8 million. 2014. You know, I'm just saying, man, it's like people really need to like realize that the guy's an entertainer. He is good at what he does. He is very good at what he does. But I've also got to realize that it's like he's not everything that you guys prop him up on this pedestal over. He brings in people, but it's really not that fucking much. You know, he's really not that fucking much. I'm just saying that's kind of the whole point. He's not a bad guy. Clearly not a bad guy at all. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Hold on. Let's take a look here at, what is it? Yeah. Okay. What is it here? G.I. Joe Retaliation. What did G.I. Joe Retaliation do? $375 million worldwide. All right. Yeah. I mean, I liked G.I. Joe Retaliation, to be honest with you. That was pretty good. And then he was in Fast and Furious 6. Okay. Fast and Furious 6 did $788 million worldwide. All right. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. What did Fast 5 do? That's my question. Because everyone's trying to argue with me that Fast 5 is, that was it. Okay. $626 million was that movie. Okay. So it went 626, 700 something, 788 million, and then $1 billion. It had an over $200 million increase. That was not from The Rock, dude. That was not from The Rock. Oh yeah, Baywatch. Ooh, yeah. Baywatch. That was a fun 2017 movie, right? Let's see. What did Baywatch do? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see here. What did Baywatch pull in? Baywatch had a grand worldwide take home of $177.9 million. I am fourth here. Jarbo is to The Rock what Grace Randolph is to Jessica Chastain. No. The difference is I don't hate The Rock. I don't hate The Rock. All right? Like, no, not based on The Rock, dude. He had fucking 2 parts in that movie. He was in the very beginning of that movie and he was in the very end of that movie. He had a fight scene with Jason Statham at the beginning of the movie and then he popped up at the end where he used a chain gun to take down a drone. Like, that was about it, man. Like, that is such, you are moving every goalpost imaginable to back up an argument that sheer numbers do not back up. And I'm talking about things he has led in non-ensemble films. I'd even argue that Baywatch was an ensemble because of Zac Efron and because it was based on the show. All right. So we didn't know how much of the movie. Okay. So if you didn't know, then the movie would have done less. The movie would have done less because he was only in it for so little and people wouldn't have gone to see it multiple times. Now, James here says Jumanji was a surprise hit that no one saw coming. That is true. Jumanji also came out right after The Last Jedi, and Last Jedi, I think, helped really promote the Jumanji film. Again, good for that movie. Did $970 million worldwide. The Jumanji Welcome to the Next Level, the sequel, did over $100 million less. Did over $100 million less than its predecessor. So it made less money. It made less money. So if The Rock was, oh my God, you guys, oh, he's so good, he would have done more money. Like, I love this blanket defense when you could literally just like look at everything and realize that, like, you know, his movies don't pull in as much. So yes, is he the highest paid actor in Hollywood right now? Sure. Are they not getting their money's worth? Absolutely. But maybe, hey, listen, but here's the thing. I'll concede this point. I don't know the home video sales. I don't know how well it does on the home video market or the streaming market or the PVOD market. I have no idea what the secondary or ancillary markets bring in. And neither do you. That could be where his value is coming from. I don't know. All I'm saying is like people, they put him on this fucking pedestal when the public numbers that we have do not back it the fuck up. Some here asking, do you want to see Mark Hamill in a serious role in a serious movie? I think he could do something. Yeah. All of his movies make $1 billion on home video. Proof, please. Proof. I'd like to see. Okay. How much did Jumanji make on home video? Let's see. All right. I'll take a quick look here. All right. So maybe Jumanji, The Next Level is what pops up here. Okay. Let's see. Home media. All right. So box office, Jumanji. I'm trying to find what it could potentially be. No, they don't really give a lot of that information out here. But even Jumanji. Jumanji 2, $800 million, almost $200 million less. Fewer dollars than its predecessor. You know? But the budget, though, was more modest, to be fair. $125 to $132 million. That's actually not bad. So, I mean, on a profit level, yeah, that could probably do pretty well. Let's see, what was the budget of the first one was 90 to 130, and that did 962 million. Okay. So, Char was just ashamed that he got aroused when he looked at The Rock in Fast 5. Hell no, I would admit that if that was true. So, how many times did Lorne Michaels get Vin Diesel on SNL? Dude, come on, man. Goalpost. Anyway. Now, Javi here says, a lot of us grew up with The Rock as a character. So is he just nostalgic? Yes. It's people who are trying to, it's younger kids that are trying to defend their childhood. Which is exactly what it is. And that's fine. Empire State made $400 million. Hold on, let me look this one here. Empire State movie. 2013 film. Liam Hemsworth, Emma Roberts, and Dwayne Johnson. I did not know. This is a straight to DVD. Its box office was $187,000. We should watch that on stream one night. All right. Let's see. The Watcher here says, I like The Rock, but to be real, Black Adam will probably be his most successful movie of all time. If not, he will have to make Hobbs and Shaw 2 or something else. Here's the thing. I don't see Black Adam. Okay. On Saturday, when it happens, right? When DC Fandom happens, then most likely we'll find out more. If they don't give us something big, if they don't give us something huge, something massive about Black Adam, then yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. The fourth here says The Rock would have saved Solo a Star Wars story if he was in it. You know what, man? I agree. I will argue I will argue that is reality right there. Okay. He would have been in Solo, a Star Wars story. That would have been better. All right. So I'll grant you that one there, buddy. You know, I think if you put The Rock in a lot of movies, it could probably be a little bit better. Doom was one of The Rock's biggest failures at the box. I forgot Doom. Right. I just love it when he breaks down the wall and he just goes, Semper Fi, motherfucker. Doom. Doom was terrible, but I had fun with it regardless. Oh man, that's pretty great. Anyway, I think we've talked about The Rock enough here. I've made my points. Everything else is anecdotal. All right. Everything else is anecdotal. Yeah, The Rock was in Doom. Yeah, he was the bad guy. In that movie. Matthew Gower asks, should The Rock get into politics and run for office in the near future, a la Schwarzenegger? No. I don't think so. I don't know. Let's see. The Rock would be fun in a Ghostbusters spinoff. Yeah, sure. Why not, man? Why not? All right. Why don't we take a quick look here at the Scream 5 trailer, which I have not seen yet. I was waiting tonight. I wanted to have other people here. Annie said that she was coming in and didn't know. But that's all right. That's all right here. So I haven't seen this one yet. My video will probably get snagged with a copyright claim from Paramount, but that's all right. I'll fight it and I'll probably lose. But let me just double check that the sound is on. Okay, cool. Let's see how this is. I haven't seen this yet.
This isn't funny, Amber.
Would you like to play a game, Tara?
locked. Doors unlocked.
That's dope. Sick. Nice.
Hello?
It's happening. 3 attacks so far. Do you have a gun?
I'm Sydney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Something about this one just feels different.
Samantha? I know who you are. I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you. You ready for this?
Nice.
There's certain rules to surviving.
The attacks were all on people related to the original killers. Whatever his link is to our past, it's pulled us all back here. And I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
All right, so that actually looked pretty good. It looked. I mean, let's be fair. There's a lot of nostalgia on that. There's a lot of nostalgia playing into that one. I 4th year say doofy. I know. I thought that too. I was laughing. I mean, like, yeah. Music Man, I completely agree. I think that Dewey's gonna die in this one. I think even Sydney might die in this one, just to kind of wrap it up. I mean, it's one of those things. Wait, hold on. Starring J.J. Abrams' wife? Who is J.J. Abrams married to? What? Hold on here. J.J. Abrams' wife. Who is this? Katie McGrath. I don't think she's in, what is she? Is she in Scream 5? No. I'm thinking there's a different one there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, this Scream looks so much better than the Home Alone trailer. Absolutely. The thing with this movie that I enjoyed from that trailer was that it felt a lot like there's elements when Dewey brought up there's rules. It made me think of the directing team's past movie, which was Ready or Not, and I adored Ready or Not. So I really feel like those guys are going to bring like a fresh take to the slasher, like the teen slasher drama thing. But it also kind of feels a little bit, repetitive, if I'm being honest with you. Like, because I remember seeing Scream 4 when that came out 10 years ago, and going, all right, yeah, it was okay. Like it wasn't as good as Scream 3 and even Scream 3 was kind of like nowhere near as good as Scream 1 or 2. And I mean, so I was like, all right, like I enjoy the franchise, and now I have a reason to go back and give it all a watch again. But I liked it. I'm actually excited to see this because I want to see, I remember going and seeing the first one in theaters back in 96 when it came out. I was only 14. Like, I don't remember how we got in, but I remember just like walking in and sitting down and watching it in theaters and coming out going like, holy shit, that scared the fuck out of me, and being absolutely on board with it. So here it's been 25 years. I want to see if there's still a little bit of oomph behind it. But one of the things that I find to be a little bit, I don't want to say concerning necessarily, but like the guy who wrote the script for the original, I think he wrote the first 3, was Kevin Williamson. And I don't know if he's involved in any way in this. And I feel like with the death of Wes Craven, I feel like all things considered, there should possibly be like, I just kind of want there to be like a bit of a tribute to Wes Craven in this one. And this does feel a little bit like Wes Craven style of horror, but maybe not as comedic, because I think there was always like a little sense of a little grin with all of these movies. There's always a little bit of a grinning from Wes Craven I always took from it, especially if you've ever seen something like, let's say, what was that one he did? Bitten? Was that the one that he did? The werewolf movie? What was that one? Wes Craven. werewolf. Cursed. That's what it was. Cursed. That was a fun movie. That was a fun film. You know, I liked that one quite a bit. Now my Maverick here says Scream 3 was a mess. I'm glad Scream 4 did a course correction. I found it better. It was better, yeah. The thing with Scream 3 was I had just moved to California when that came out. I was just 18. I was still in high school. And there was a girl that I'd met at school. Her name was Ada. And we went on a date, actually. She was my very first date in California. We went to go see Scream 3. I thought we had a good time, and I never called her again. And I don't know why. You know how it is. Sometimes these things that never happen. You're a teenager. What the fuck do you know? But I found out about a few months after graduation, because we were both seniors, she had started dating this guy who was a meth dealer, and that dude stole meth from another dealer who showed up and shot and killed both of them. And so I always felt, like I was like, wow, that really sucks, you know? So like, that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't think I've ever really gone back to watch Scream 3. Cause I think about that and that kind of stuck with me. So it's, don't do meth, kids. Anyway. All right. Let's see. We need a Jay and Silent Bob cameo. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Mitch here says, I remember when I showed Requiem for a Dream to a girl and that didn't go well. Yeah. No, I mean, ass to ass isn't necessarily going to go over well if it's like a first date sort of thing. Like my girlfriend and I, our very first date, we went back to her place and we watched Reign Over Me, that Adam Sandler, Don Cheadle drama about Adam Sandler who loses his family in 9/11. And then, and we also watched Idiocracy, but not in the order that you would think. It wasn't Reign Over Me and then Idiocracy. It was actually Idiocracy and then Reign Over Me. I'm not even making that up. When I went home that night, I thought to myself, like, maybe we should have done Idiocracy first. Maybe that should have been the movie we watched, or we should have watched it second. Maybe that would have been a little bit better. So there we go. Have I read the James Gunn Twitter about Guardians of the Galaxy? What about confirming the leak? So I did. No, Maverick, it's absolutely all right. It's absolutely all right. It's been 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's as tragic as it is. Like, it's just, I've moved past. So there we go. All right. Rock fact. Requiem for a Dream had ass to ass. Rock had a t-shirt that said boot to ass. Oh my God. Rainbow asking, did I smash with her? Like, are we? No, dude, I'm a gentleman, man. I'm a gentleman. Look, there's been, I'll tell you this is like a personal thing. There was a time, like, for some reason when like people were like really into like sending all their nudes and shit. And so there was a couple girls I would meet that would send me nudes pretty often. And, but the thing is, like, they were kind of like, they were into it just for like more of a physical thing. And I was looking for a relationship. So it's like, I'm like, you know what? I don't really, cause like, I wasn't really, I'm like, if you're gonna, I'm more trad on that one. Maybe I'm a little bit more conservative on that one, a little more traditional. And I'm like, you know what? Like, one girl was like, do you want me to send you photos of my boobs? And I actually told her no. And I told her, I said, no, you know what? I'm good. It's not that I don't want to see him. It's just like, let's wait a little bit, right? Let's get to know each other. And she took it as a challenge and sent him anyway. Sent unsolicited boob pics. They weren't very good, but that's not the point. The point is, like, it was one of those things where it's like, I'm not the kind of person to rush into that kind of stuff. That's not me. So, if a person is pushing heavily for that, I kind of get a weird vibe and I'm like, let's just like, let's see where this goes and whatever. But it is that. Anyway. All right. Mitch here says, my thoughts exactly. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Anyway, have I seen the Chucky TV show? No, I haven't. I know that came out tonight, I believe. I need to give it a watch. Jarmo doesn't smash. No, it's not that. I have 2 kids. I obviously smash. I have a thing where I just want there to be like, I want there to be a connection. I want there to be a connection. If there's not a connection, then I don't really see the purpose of it. That's how I am, you know? And I guess maybe I'm like more of like a hopeless romantic on that front, but you know, that's how I view it. If just a standard like hookup and that kind of shit, that culture never really interests me, because I have friends who have done it and like all the time they've just found themselves in like shitty situation after shitty situation after shitty situation constantly. So that's why I just that's why it was never for me. Some here asking, would I ever want to see Martin Scorsese direct an MCU film? Nope, I don't. Charpo's a dainty lady. I'm not a dainty lady. If like me and the girl were together and send them all you want, send them all day long, I ain't gonna freak out about that. You know what I mean? But it's like, if that's how you're trolling, you know, like to use a fishing metaphor, if that's how you're trolling, if you're casting that kind of a wide net, that ain't gonna be what attracts me. You know what I mean? And like, we're also talking, this is like 2004 to 2006 era, where like cell phone cameras were like 1 megapixel. So like none of that shit looked good. You know what I mean? So there's that. Anyway, all right. Matthew Gower here says, just got home from watching the Home Sweet Home Alone Story trailer, getting major Christmas Story 2 vibes, and I cringed at Buzz McAllister. Where's my paycheck moment? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty damn much. Jarbo doesn't like them thoughts. He ain't no simp. That is true. I'm not a big fan of e-thoughts. So there is that. All right, let's get into some of the final stuff of the day. Oh, did I close it out? Son of a bitch, I did. I closed out the tabs. I needed the tabs. All right. So there's a couple things here that I wanted to go through from last night that I missed. Or if there's anything that you guys want me to cover really quick tonight, shoot me a message or let me know on here and I can look it up. But the thing I wanted to touch upon was this big story that was coming out yesterday. We got a little sidetracked yesterday because of the Dave Chappelle stuff, where Alan Horn is bailing out. He is retiring finally as the head of Disney Studios, as the CCO. And this is big news, because what happens after he leaves in December is going to be very fascinating for Disney. When Iger was able to lure Alan Horn back out of retirement to come in and run Disney, that's when that shit took the hell off. And I mean, this is pretty big. This is pretty big info. This is a massive thing here. But anyway, look, Alan Horn will retire as Chief Creative Officer for Disney Studios, capping a successful nearly decade-long run at the Walt Disney Company. It was one that saw Horn stabilize the film operation after the tumultuous period when Rick Ross took reins for 3 tumultuous years. Really, why they're using the word tumultuous twice? Come on, Robert Maxwell, get it at the source. Under Horn, Disney successfully integrated Marvel Films operations, rebooted the Star Wars film franchise after buying Lucasfilm in 2012, and maintained its dominance in the animation space, although I did think John Lasseter had a lot to do with that. Horn had been expected to step down with Disney chairman Bob Iger, a close ally, who was leaving the company this December. Chapek took over as CEO of Disney in December 2020, or in 2020. Iger also wrote in his autobiography that Horn was his best hire. It was also a decision that may have sparked regrets in the Time Warner empire. The company pushed Horn out as Warner Bros. Chief, replacing him with Jeff Robinau, who exited the studio in 2013 after a stormy tenure. Here's the thing with that, though, is Jeff Robinov actually did a good job. If you think about it now, if you go back and look at it now through the lens of hindsight, you can actually see that Robinov was trying. And obviously, Toby Emmerich has not lived up to Robinov. And you want to talk about a stormy venture, man, and not mention fucking Toby Emmerich right now. That's a bit of a stretch. All right, so Horn will retire on December 31st. He has led the Walt Disney Studios as chairman from June 2012 to May 2019, where he transitioned to co-chairman and chief creative officer alongside Alan Bergman. Since January 2021, he has served as chief creative officer of Disney Studios Content, formerly the Walt Disney Studios, alongside Bergman. And I think Bergman is going to stay. But the thing is, like, look, he's had a 50-year career at this particular point. Like, the dude is like, I think he's like 78 years old. You know, the guy's gonna go down. It's time to let him rest, I will say. Now, right now, there are no plans to replace Horn. Bergman, a well-respected and well-liked executive and Disney veteran, will continue to oversee the film division as it builds up its streaming arsenal. So this is the thing. This is going to be the test of metal, so to speak, in regards to someone like Bergman. The reason why I say that is because now Bergman is going to be the one who's going to be arguing against Chapek. If those rumors are to be believed, if those rumors are to absolutely be believed, what we're looking at here is a situation where Bergman is going to now have to go up, against someone who might want to just follow the numbers and follow what the data says and take power away from creatives, which is for some reason completely lauded by like the kooks over there in the fandom menace that are very happy for the creatives to lose control. Considering the fact that creatives are the ones who built their childhood and what they always seem to fight against or fight back over in regards to culture. It's a very weird thing to have. Now Geeks here says this is going to be dark times for Disney. Maybe for a while, maybe for a while. I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't quite know how things are going to go, but I mean, it's possible, it's entirely possible. So that's something there that we're going to have to wait for. Cause obviously looking at the idea here involving, involving the stepping down of Horn, I think what people are going to have to remember is that, Disney has gone through its ups and its downs before, but it's got a very solid bedrock to fall back on right now. Animation is relatively unmatched. Pixar just keeps nailing hit after hit. I mean, even the movies that went straight to Disney Plus, like Soul and Luca, I believe are top tier. It does have competition in regards to Sony Pictures Animation and doing Spider-Man, as well as other outlets doing animation as well. Whatever is going to be happening with John Lasseter and the next animated movie are going to give Disney a bit of a run for their money, which is good because I do feel that they need the competition in order to keep things fresh. And so that is something I'm looking forward to. If there's healthy competition in the marketplace, the fans, the consumers always win. So that's the best thing about this. Disney, in regards to the theatrical side of things, they're unmatched across the board. Star Wars, Marvel, whatever you want to say, they're generally unmatched, and they know that. And so they're putting a lot of their eggs in the basket for streaming because they want to start trying to take on Netflix. An industry analyst came out yesterday and said that Netflix would most likely be overtaken by Disney Plus sometime in the next, I don't remember how many years. My estimate would be somewhere between 5 to 7 years. If Netflix does not start to curate its content better, I can see Disney Plus taking them over, steamrolling them very quickly. And a lot of that has to do with price. Price point is way better for Disney Plus than Netflix. The quality of content is way better in many instances because of its excellent library. Netflix has a lot of great content that I really, really, really like. But another big issue with that, though, is that they also feel like they're doing quite literally everything to do that. So Simon here says, between the Anthony situation and the Scream 3 story, and few times Jarbo becomes conservative due to relationships. This is one for the blogs. Why? I don't know. Well, I don't know what you're talking. I become a conservative due to relationships. I don't know what you're talking about there, buddy. But thank you. If Netflix does not renew F and Dark Crystal, dude, they canceled Dark Crystal a while ago. They canceled it. It's already over. Okay. So Skywalker Brian here. Thank you, man. Says, 2023 to 2024, they said, for between 250 to 280 million subs. They mentioned it a few times. Here's the thing. You can always look at, like those projections are one thing, right? Those projections are one thing, but they still have to have the content to back it up. The thing is, Disney, in my opinion, is pricing themselves out of fans. I mean, I really do. I think the parks are becoming too expensive. That the Galactic Star Cruiser, which is something I very much want to do, is something that is just going to become, it's too expensive for the normal average everyday user, everyday guest. You know, we are pricing a Disney Wish cruise, you know, the new cruise line. We're for not even now, like we're talking 2-3 years down the road when my kids are a little older, and just pricing it out now. We looked at it and it would be about, for a week, would be $10,000 for the 4 of us to go. I'm taking a cruise next year where it's like less than half that for a week to Alaska, you know? And that's the whole point, is that Disney is pricing itself out. And I know a lot of that's Chapek, and I know a lot of that is whatever, but it's like, and that's why they're going to IP mine everything in order to push it into the parks to try to create that experience. And maybe that's what they want to do, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But anyway, here, did I check out the Ghostbusters Afterlife clip? I haven't. I did see the new trailer that premiered in front, that I saw it in front of Venom 2 last week. It looked really good. And I know reviews are coming out. I don't want to read the reviews until I see the movie. And the movie's not coming out for like a month. And there's already reviews that are coming out, which is like, because I know they screened it at New York City Comic Con this weekend. So there's that. Moisture asking, can Dark Crystal go to another streamer? I don't know. It all depends. I know that came in through, I think Lionsgate TV was the one doing it. So but not for a couple of years. It was really expensive though. That's why. Geeks here says, I canceled Netflix right after Dark Crystal was canceled. I haven't got Netflix since. I mean, vote with your wallet, man. Let's see here. Disney wants the rich in the parks. Yep, they do. They really want the foreign dollar, by the way. It's what they really want, the foreign dollar. Rational here says, the food better be good at Star Destroyer for that price they're asking. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. It's insane. And Rainbow here saying, Disney Plus has beat Netflix to the punch already. I mean, well, no, not really. Not really at all. Like Squid Game, I think has probably pulled in more viewers worldwide than The Mandalorian, to be honest with you. So there's that. But we'll have to wait and see here. All right. And then I just got to get to this one here. Finally tonight, I want to talk a bit about, this was news that popped up yesterday and it really kind of cracked me up. This is here. Disney is making a movie about the creation of Disneyland. Disney, of course, is doing the most meta thing ever by doing a movie about themselves. I did see someone ask about the Superman being bisexual. We talked about that last night. And people are still kind of going off about it today. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look here at what they're saying. All right. So, Walt Disney, the studio, is developing a movie about Walt Disney, the person, and his journey to build the Disneyland theme park in California. And it will premiere on Disney Plus. David Gordon Green, who did Halloween Kills, is directing the yet-to-be-titled film. Evan Spilotopoulos, whose credits include Disney's Beauty and the Beast and Snow White and the Huntsman, is writing the screenplay. Oh, wow. So it's going to suck. I thought the scripts for both those movies were pretty bad. Well, the best part about Snow White and the Huntsman was, I think, Kristen Stewart had like 0 lines of dialogue like throughout most of that movie. Dubbed the happiest place on earth, which is probably going to be what they titled the movie. Disney opened in the summer of 1955. Though Disney parks were later built in Florida, Paris, and other parts of the world, the California original is Disney's only theme park constructed under the direct supervision of the man whose name inspired the entertainment destination. So, the upcoming movie isn't Disney's first attempt, however, to capture the triumphs and tribulations of Walt Disney. Yes, in 2013, the studio hired Tom Hanks to portray its founder in Saving Mr. Banks, a biographical drama about the film producer and entrepreneur's pursuit to land the rights to Mary Poppins. And I really enjoyed Saving Mr. Banks, by the way. I thought that was a really solid film. Calvary Media is producing the movie. And all right, people who I don't know are also going to be working on it. So there we go. So Disney doing an autobiographical film about building the park. Is it just me, or is it like, does anyone not care? It's not that, I mean, because like, I love Disneyland. I do. I love Disneyland. I can't wait to go again. I love it, but it's like, I don't really, if I want to know how the movie was made, I'll go watch like a Defunct Land video about some of the weirder shit, or I'll go find a documentary on YouTube about a fan who put it together. And that's kind of where I feel like in these situations, like going to like the online people who who research and talk about these things might be the better course of action. It's like that, was it Scott the Woz is getting a TV show where they're putting all of his YouTube content on TV. And it's like, yeah, do something like that where it's like, YouTube fucking people and shit. However, I do have Samsung free TV on my TV, and they had a thing on there where they have a gaming channel, and it's literally all just like Watch Mojo videos from YouTube. So, I mean, that kind of shit's already happening. All right, so let's see here. I did see a Moisture for $5, buddy. It says Tom Hanks should play Walt Disney as he did in Saving Mr. Banks. It's entirely possible that could happen. That could possibly happen. I don't know. I would like, but I mean, who knows? They're going to get a younger person to play him. I mean, who could play a younger, who could play a younger Walt Disney? I don't know. Like, how old was Walt Disney when the park came out? That's my question. How old was Walt Disney? Like, old was Walt Disney when Disneyland opened? Okay. Walt was, let's see. Okay. Walt Disney died in 1966. And all right. So he died in 66. When did it open? I know it just, okay. So he died 11 years after it opened. So he was, how old was he when he passed away? All right. Homie was, 65 years old. So, you find someone who's like 50, 55 years old would be a good age for him. So, I don't know why, man. I don't know why, but like, you know what? I just have to ask the question. How old is Mel Gibson? How old is Mel Gibson? Mel Gibson is 65 years old. Fuck it. Make Mel Gibson Walt Disney. The Watcher says Pedro Pascal could play him. Oh my God. That'd be fine. Meladnir says Die Hard themed movie set in Disneyland would be a much better option. You should watch Beverly Hills Cop 3. So there's that. Ryan Hartwell here says 1955. Thank you, Ryan. By the way, I did get your package. Thank you for sending me the DVD of Ninja Scroll, dude. I really appreciate that. I do need to sit down and check it out. My daughter really liked opening the package because she had come with me to the post office box to go get it, and she was like holding it like a teddy bear as we were walking back to the car. It was really cute. So thank you. That's easy. Anthony Hopkins should play him. And how old is Anthony Hopkins? Anthony Hopkins is old. Anthony Hopkins, he's in his 80s, isn't he? Yeah, he's 83 years old. Fuck it. He can do it. I would watch the fuck out of that movie, The Cast Mel. They should do it. The Passion of the Disney. Hell yeah. Moisture says, well, he was an anti-Semite. Yeah, that's the whole joke, dude. That's the joke, man. Tom Hanks is also 65. Yeah, but he also played it one time. The Grift intensified. Oh, fuck off. Eat shit. All right. Someone sent me a gift. I'm thanking them for the gift. All right. Fuck off. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know who could play. Skywalker Brian says Michael Fassbender as well. I don't know, man. I don't know if Michael Fassbender as Walt makes sense. Now, Command Unit here for $2 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says RDG should play him indefinitely. Who is RDG? Are you talking about Robert Downey Jr.? I mean, I could see Robert Downey Jr. maybe playing it a little bit. Let's see. What's the name of the actor who played young Professor X? James McAvoy. James McAvoy could be okay. He could do okay, I think. But I mean, I would probably see someone more like Robert Downey Jr., or wait. Oh, no. John Slattery. John Slattery, man. How old is he? He's 59. He played Howard Stark in Iron Man 2. He was in Mad Men. He's got that vibe to him. You put a fucking mustache on his ass, right? Here, I'll bring it up. You put a mustache on his ass and shit, and like, yeah, I could fucking do it, man. John Slattery's the shit. Let's see here. All right, so this is John Slattery right here. Slap a mustache on him. That could work. You know what I mean? I could Benedict Cumberbatch. I mean, that's probably what it's going to end up being. Javier. says I can see Kevin Hart playing him. That'd be pretty funny. Carlos here says Jarbo needs a collab with the e-baking brother DSP. Yeah, that's right. Someone sends me something and I'm e-baking. Yeah, there we go. You guys have nailed me, Carlos. You've cut me to the core of my person. But anyway, The Rock as Disney. I can see that happening. Steve Martin's a little bit too old. He's in his late 70s at this point. So there's that. But again, Michael Douglas is Walt Disney. Michael Douglas, how old is Michael Douglas? Let's find this out. But I think John Slattery here would work. He's a good actor, by the way. All right, Michael Douglas. All right. How old is Michael Douglas? Michael Douglas is 77 years old. This motherfucker old, dude. This motherfucker's already outlived Walt Disney by a grand total of like 12 years. So, all right. Skywalker Briner says, I'm leaving for Disneyland next week. Awesome. Do me a favor when you're there, buddy, and take a look when you're in Galaxy's Edge, if they still have the 709 merchandise in the first order resupply. So, because I was thinking Frank Oz could be Roy Disney. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, John Slattery did a commercial for the thermostat company. My dad used to sell before retiring. I told him to get me an autograph if he or the folks worked with him. That'd be cool, man. That'd be great. Kevin Costner as Disney? Kevin Costner. I don't know, man. Kevin Costner. He's about that age, right? Kevin Costner is 66 years old. I mean, all right. I don't know. Man. Maybe. It's got that soul patch thing going on. They're not sure how I feel about that one. What about Kevin Bacon? I saw that too. What about Kevin Bacon? Let's take a look here. How old is Kevin Bacon? Kevin Bacon. If I could type. All right. Kevin Bacon is 63 years old. I mean, yeah, put a mustache on him. He could do it. He could totally do it. Right there could be a thing. I need to watch, that Chucky thing too. Ben Affleck as Walt. Fuck, dude. How old is Ben Affleck? How old is Ben Affleck? It's not going to be Ben. It's going to be someone like, fuck. He's 49 years old. I don't know. He's 49 years old. Wow, he's 10 years older than me. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know. You put the mustache on him, right? Could be a thing. You know what I think? I think? Matt Damon. All right. Matt Damon could do it. You put a little bit of weight on him, right? You kind of round out his chin a little bit, throw on a mustache and shit. I think like he could maybe pull it off, because they're going to go for somebody like that. Well, it's going straight to Disney streaming. So they're not going to get like anyone, they're not going to get like anyone, that's going to be major. Like, here's who they're probably going to get. They're probably going to get Eugene Levy. That'd be great. I think it'd be funny. Okay. I saw this one here. George, God, Eugene Levy in those fucking glasses, dude. I love Eugene Levy though, man. George Clooney. All right. What is George Clooney? He's about that age. Yeah, he's 60. Wow. Eugene Levy was 74 years old. Holy shit, dude. I know he's 74 years old. Clooney could pull it off. And he's age appropriate. He's 66. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy that he's that age. All right. Let's see here. H Barts for $5, but he says, I heard that Andrew is sticking around after No Way Home and Toby. Why would you say that? Super chat? Why? For one, if they kill off Toby Maguire, man. I mean, maybe Toby. That's how Toby Maguire said he would do it. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe Toby Maguire's like, fuck it, dude. The only way you can get me into this shit, the only way I'm going to do it is if you fucking kill me. So then people will stop asking me to do it. Maybe that'd be the thing. Jess here for $2 says, going to Walt Disney World in November. Nice, man. Nice. Have yourself fun going there at that time. Christopher Walken can be Sherman Brothers in the Disneyland movie. Why not? Why not? Liam, let's see here. The Watcher says sticking with Cumberbatch. Brian here says Colin Farrell was a choice because you can't hardly notice him in the Penguin makeup for the Batman. Yeah, but could he pull off the swagger? That's that. Geek Studios here says Ben Stiller as Walt Disney. Fuck it, dude, do it. All right, Ryan Hartwell here says Tom Hiddleston. Maybe. So anyway, by the way, I have a screen filter on, so like I couldn't see what HBart said clearly before I clicked on it. So that was my bad, everybody. I apologize. Maverick here saying watch them gender bend Disney and have her played by Rosie O'Donnell. You know what? That is entirely something that I could see happening. I know that sounds terrible to say, but it's like, here's the thing with that though, right? And this is real. Look at this here. Rosie O'Donnell. She is 59 years old. And put a mustache on her, man. You never know. No, I don't. Anyway. Seth Rogen as Walt Disney. Caitlyn Jenner as Walt Disney. You guys are dicks. Geeks here says, I would say Johnny Depp as Walt Disney, but now it can't happen. I mean, you never know. It all depends on how the lawsuit turns out. H-Barts here saying, what did I say wrong? I'm confused. Dude, like you super chatted a potential spoiler. And I, that's what we're kind of laughing at. That's what we're kind of laughing at. So Goober316 here says Melissa McCarthy as Walt Disney. That'd be pretty funny. Brian here says Glenn Close or Tilda Swinton. I mean, my money would be on Glenn Close. Rainbow the Gamer here says Ryan Reynolds as Walt Disney. Jeez, you guys, jeez. Tom Cruise as Walt Disney. There we go. But he wouldn't do it. Oh, you were asking a question? I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it, but I guess I could see it happening. So we'll do that one. All right. Some here asking, are you hyped for Matrix 4? I don't know what to expect. I am hyped for Matrix 4. Yes, I'm very, very hyped for Matrix 4. Skywalker Brian here says, I feel Timothée Chalamet could play a younger Walt Disney, and he's blown up. Why? But why do we need a younger Walt Disney? We don't even need a younger fucking, we don't even need a younger Willy Wonka and shit, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm just like fucking whatever, man. Whatever. Octavia Spencer as Walt Disney. There we go. Leslie Jones. Maybe. That could be a thing. All right, guys. On that note, we are coming up on the hour and a half mark. I have got to get to bed. I was up way, way too late last night, and that is not great. However, I do appreciate everybody coming on in tonight and hanging out. Sadly, my guests were unable to join me. I have a feeling they're probably all over on Poindexter Lounge, who is also streaming right now. So if you're looking for something to watch, go and check out Enosh's stream. As always, he's a great guy. He could use the support right now. And I'll be back on tomorrow night, and we will we'll talk again. Although, real quick here at the very end, HBAR says, I'm sick of Tom Holland and Timothy. Timothy who? I don't know. Timothy who, buddy? Let me know later on. Let me know later on. That would anyway, guys. Thank you again. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Have yourself a great one, everyone.